Welcome back to the channel BugNoJutsu. Today we're diving into a really interesting problem from LeetCode, diagonal traverse, problem 498. This problem looks simple at first glance, but it teaches us a lot about handling matrix boundaries and switching directions smartly. If you've ever struggled with matrix problems or diagonal traversals, stick around, this one will clear things up. We're given an MXN matrix, and we need to return all its elements in a diagonal order. That means we don't just go row by row or column by column. Instead, we move through the matrix diagonally, starting at the top left, weaving up and down across the diagonals, until we've covered all elements. At each step, the direction changes, one diagonal goes up right, then the next diagonal goes down left, and so on. The challenge comes from knowing when to stop going up right or down left and how to correctly jump to the next diagonal without missing elements or going out of bounds. Let's walk through a small example. We start at the top left corner with 1. The first diagonal goes up right, but since we're already at the top, we can only pick 1. Then we switch and go down left, collecting 2 and 4. Next diagonal is up right again, picking 7, 5, 3. Then we move down left again for 6, 8. Finally, we pick 9. So the traversal order becomes 1, 2, 4, 7, 5, 3, 6, 8, 9. Notice how it zigzags across the diagonals until the matrix is fully covered. The approach I used here is systematic and works for any rectangular matrix, not just a square one. The idea is to use a while loop that runs until we've collected all elements. At each step, we check whether we are moving along an upright diagonal or a down left diagonal, controlled by a counter that flips direction each time. When moving upright, we keep decrementing the row index and incrementing the column index. If we go out of bounds, we carefully adjust. If we hit the last column, we move down 1 row. If we hit the top row, we move right 1 column. When moving down left, we do the opposite, increment the row index and decrement the column index. Again, if we hit a boundary, we fix it. If we reach the last row, we move right 1 column. If we hit the first column, we move down 1 row. This way, we always stay inside the matrix and cover every diagonal completely before switching directions. For time complexity, we're visiting each element exactly once, so the complexity is O, m times n, where m and n are the matrix dimensions. For space complexity, apart from the result list that stores all elements, we're only using a few variables to track indices and direction. That makes it O, m times n, extra space. This problem is a great demonstration of how boundary handling is just as important as the main traversal logic. Many people get stuck not because they don't know how to move diagonally, but because they miss the subtle detail of adjusting indices once they step outside the valid matrix range. Another key insight is that the traversal always alternates direction. Once you internalize that, the implementation becomes straightforward. This technique of alternating directions while carefully checking boundaries can be applied to many other grid or matrix problems as well. And that wraps up LeetCode 498, Diagonal Traverse. If you found this breakdown helpful, here's what I want you to do next. Try coding it yourself without looking at the solution, and see if you can get all the boundary cases right. Then, challenge yourself by applying the same technique to other matrix problems like spiral traversal or zigzag level order in trees. You'll notice the patterns repeating. Before you go, make sure you smash that like button, drop a comment telling me what problem you'd like me to cover next, and of course, subscribe to BugNoJutsu so you never miss these step-by-step problem breakdowns. We're building a community of coders who don't just solve problems but truly understand them, and you're part of it. Thanks a lot for watching, keep practicing, keep building confidence, and I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, happy coding!